Hello students, welcome back to the online class of science. This is your Naima Miss back with a new lesson. Water, too little to waste. Okay, water too little to waste. In our previous class, that is in our last video, we have learned how much amount of water is available. That is what we are using to drink. How much amount of water we are using to drink? We are using only 1% of the whole water. If we take 100% of water, in 100% of water only 1% of water we are using to drink. Yes or no? We have seen the table also now. We have seen this table now. Sources of water percentage. Ocean, sea water, that is nothing but 97%. Glacier and poles as I, that is of 2%. Groundwater, that is water in pounds, lakes and rivers, which is available as fresh water, that is nothing but 1%. So this is the whole amount of water which is available, right? So 97% of water we are not using it because we can't drink. It is salt water. Can we drink salt water? No, we cannot drink salt water. As same, you can see that the 2% of water is what it is as glacier and pole as ice. That is, if you see the northern countries, you see that the water there is in the form of ice. Yes, if you go to Shimla, you can see ice. If you go to Himalayan regions, you can see that the water is in the form of ice, right? So those ice can we use as water? No, we cannot use for drinking. So that is also waste. So only the groundwater and water in the ponds and lakes and rivers we are using as drinking water. That is only 1% of water is available to us to drink, right? And when is the World Water Day celebrated? It is celebrated on 22nd March. 22nd March is celebrated as World Water Day. Right? When it was discovered first, when it was celebrated 22nd March 2005. Right? It was declared as International Decade for, and it has been declared as Water for Life. It's an action for water for life. We have even learned the sorrow of earth, how the earth is, very much worried about the things which is going to happen in future, how the earth is sorrow, it is full of sadness, how the earth is filled with sadness, what it is expressing, it's what are his what the earth is feeling, that has been expressed in this lesson with the clear details, right? So now we are going to see what Neeraja said, that it is sad story. She was afraid of our future also. Why did she think so? What do you find in the newsletters? Write your opinion about this in your notebook. So what do we find? Why Neeraja is saying it is sad story? Because Earth is worried that in future the fresh water will be finished and we will not have water to drink. Right? So day by day our needs are necessarily increasing rapidly. We use water for agriculture, industries, power generation, etc. In our day to day life, we use the water for so much of things, right? We use the water for agriculture, we use in industries, we use in our house, we use for washing the clothes, we use for washing the vessels, cleaning the vessels, we use for our household works, we use in the agriculture, that is in field. We use water. Without water the plants will not grow, right? We won't get food. And in industries also you see that the mm water is used for so many things. In power generation also, that is from water we can also generate current, right? So in power generations also they are using water. Water resources are not being increased along with population and their needs. So you can even see that the water is not being increased, that is the preparation or the production of water is not increased with population. So what we have to do, we have to use water in such a way that when the population is even though increasing, the water should be available in good quantity. right? We must be aware of the need to protect water resources. That is, you can see that the population is increasing, but water is not increasing, water is instead decreasing, right? Water is not increasing but it is decreasing, whereas population is increasing. So we must be aware of the need to protect water resources. That is, in future we know that the water will be shortage, right? The availability of water will be a lot into shortage. So we should be aware of these problems what we are going to see in the future, so that our children's and our future generations, they don't face any problem. We have to we have to protect our water resources. So Neeraja decided she would conserve water at home as an action towards the cause water for life. So now after seeing all these things, Neeraja decided to conserve the water. Conserve means, what is conserve? To save the water. Okay. So Neeraja decided to save the water at home as an action towards the cause, that is water for life. Okay. So Neeraja decided that anyways, if you're saving little amount of water, that is also useful in further generation. If you're saving 1 glass of water also, that is also the most important. Okay, you don't think that, oh, it is only 1 glass. No, it is very helpful. So, what would you do for the cause water for life? If I ask you, children, what would you do for the cause water for life? What will you do? So, here a girl named Devi, she observed that a lot of water flows out of the kitchen as well as bathrooms at her house. She could not see water being wasted in this manner, so she made a channel for water to flow from kitchen to the garden around. So what did she do? A girl Devi, she observed that a lot of water was flowing in the kitchen as well as from the bathroom. So what did she do? She made a channel, that is, she made a way to so that the water whatever is coming out from the kitchen will go to the garden. Okay, where if the water is going directly to the garden, there is no need of watering the plants. That means she is using the water in such a great way. Okay, she is using the water in such a great way to water the plants in the garden. Okay, she did not use water from bathroom in a similar manner. So she could not use water from bathroom. See, whatever water was coming from kitchen, she used in garden, but the bathroom water she could not use in that way. So her mother told her that it could be used after purification. Seeing her interest in this, they decided to visit a water treatment unit during the weekend. So seeing the child was very interested in this water purifying treatments and all, how to use the water. Parents, what did they do? They took her to the water treatment unit during the weekend. Okay, at the water treatment unit, they came to know about many things. That means when she went there, they came to know about so many things. That means she learned so many new things there. All the wastewater released by home, industries, hospital, offices, and other users are collectively called as sewages. So whatever water is collected from the different groups of water utilities, that is nothing but home, industries, hospital, offices, all these water is called as sewage water. Sewage is a liquid waste. Most of it is water which has dissolved and suspended impurities, disease causing bacteria and other microbes. So sewage water is a liquid water, it is also water, but it has contained so many suspended impurities in it. That is, so many impurities are present in that water which may cause diseases through this. That is, this suspended impurities may contain bacteria and microorganisms which will cause to the diseases. These impurities are called as contaminants. What are they called as? They are called as contaminants. So these impurities are called as contaminants. These are organic impurities. There are again organic impurities, inorganic impurities, and bacteria and other microbes. Okay. So let us see organic impurities. Human feces, animal wastage, oil, urea, pesticides, herbicides, fruits and vegetable waste, etc. That means organic means which can be used again. Okay, so this consists of human feces, animal waste, oil, urea, pesticides, herbicides, fruits and animal vegetable waste. These all things comprises of what? They are together called as organic impurities. Next is inorganic impurities, nitrates, phosphates, metals, etc. Whatever contains inorganic materials in it, they are called as inorganic impurities. Bacteria and other microbes, such those which cause the cholera, typhoid, dysentery, they are called as bacteria and other the bacteria and they causes, bacteria and other microbes means such as those which cause cholera, typhoid, dysentery. That means they also contain some kind of bacteria and microorganisms which causes the diseases like cholera, malaria, typhoid, dysentery, or motions, you say in our common language. And it's also, they also cause so many different types of uh, diseases, fevers, so many things. Okay, so altogether we have learned about the um, sewage. What is sewage? Sewage is nothing but all the wastewater released by the home, industries, hospitals, offices and other users are collectively called as sewage. Then sewage is a liquid waste. Most of it is water which has dissolved as suspended impurities, diseases causing bacteria and microbes. How many there are of these impurities? They are called as contaminants, and they are of three types: organic, inorganic and microbes and bacteria, right? So these are the things we have learned in today's class. Let us stop the class here and we will learn about the rest of the class in next video. So in that class we will learn about the processes at the wastewater treatment plant. So what are the different processes when Devi visited to the treatment unit, water treatment unit? What were the different processes that she learned there or she have seen there? We will learn that in our next class. Okay, thank you children. Try to listen to my words and obey your parents, complete the lesson, and hopefully I believe that you will definitely obey your parents as well as teachers. Kindly be truthful to yourself. Okay, first of all, being truthful to yourself is very important children. So take care. Thank you for watching the video.